The call for reform of electoral process is a universal and call that has its resonance across the country. And I think while we respect some of the decisions made, in lieu of the abundance of evidence that people have put forward so far on frauds, on cheating, on systematic flaws of the system, it is in the best interest of this country and the rakyat for us to push ahead with the call for electoral reform. Any attempts to cloud as if the Black 505 is an attempt to pull down the government unconstitutionally is misleading, and I think termasuklah juga cakap-cakap yang dibuat oleh pimpinan Barisan Nasional. We have maintained our position all along that the demands for these Black 505 gatherings is very clear and precise. We are looking for electoral reforms, and although this movement was born out of the last general election, its call and its cause has a much longer lifespan until electoral reforms are achieved to the satisfaction of the public, and I think we should continue.
So, in another word, this will not be the last?
No, this will not be the last. This will not be the last until the demands are very clear. Dan saya sebut berulang-ulang kali bahawa perubahan dan reformasi pilihan raya ini sangat penting untuk kita menjamin kepercayaan rakyat kepada sistem pilihan raya. You cannot have an election system to be administered by a commission that has lost any credibility and trustworthiness with the public. And you have to address first. It is not just about the result of the last general election, it is about where do we move forward from this. That's why to me, no point talking about reconciliation, moving forward, until you resolve the most basic issue, which is there is a widespread fraud in the last general election. Those results that have been affected by this fraud in the last general election must be rectified first, because it concerns the legitimacy of the government of the day. We cannot be having a government that in the eyes of the public was built upon a foundation of fraud and cheating. That's number one. Number two, the sustainability of the electoral system in this country depends on where do we go from now. You cannot have a situation where the younger generation especially begins to lose faith in electoral process and do not trust SPR Election Commission, who is supposed to safeguard the credibility of the electoral system. And this is important. That's why I keep saying those who try to paint as if this is all about bringing down government is actually misleading and is trying to avoid and run away from the core issues. And the core issue is about electoral reform. The core issue is about legitimacy of Najib Razak's government in Putrajaya. Until he clears this issue, not only he has to face Malaysian public, he also has to face the international community, which will continue to ask. And I know that all of you have seen the very strong statement from the United States government, waiting for Najib to clarify allegations of electoral fraud. I'm sure you are also aware, as we speak, in the European Parliament, European MPs are beginning to tie the free trade agreement with the outcome of the clarification against Najib's government on electoral fraud. And this will continue to haunt Datuk Seri Najib's government until the electoral reform is pushed through and until he clarifies that those seats where cheatings and fraud had been proved by evidence, something must be done immediately to rectify those results and or elections at those affected seats.